All right. Um, my name's Sarah. I just wanted to get on here today. My Facebook got hacked. It's telling me to be quiet. Okay. Um, so I just want to get on here and let everybody know what's going down. My Facebook got hacked. I don't know how. I thought I had all the measures put out. I've got two-face authentication. I've got these authentication apps you're supposed to use, and for some reason, none of them worked. So my Facebook got hacked. Unfortunately, during the hack, these people posted some inappropriate things on my Facebook, and it got disabled. So now I can't just get it back. I've got to petition and fight with Facebook. So it may take a couple of weeks. Honestly, may take a couple of months. Worst case scenario, I don't get it back. Which is it sucks. It was my little time capsule, something I had for a very long time, so I was able to always kind of look back and see some funny, cool moments. But now that's gone, which sucks. But you always got to keep on the bright side of things. So I've got other platforms. I've got YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. You can find me on there too. But I think for now, just to keep updated, go to Instagram. It's the best way to get a hold of me. It's the best way to kind of keep things moving forward and rolling. Um, but I really appreciate you guys. Hope you guys love the podcast. Hope you guys love what we're doing. We're just trying to change some stuff and do some different things. I can edit later or something. I don't know. Um, Man, I don't know. I just kind of want to talk. I don't know about what, but I got all this podcast stuff. I got all this set up. I do all the editing. I kind of do everything for um talking about that podcast, which is it's still brand new. I think our second episode will come out this Friday, a couple of days from now. Um, but on top of that, that isn't the only thing. That's my newest venture. I mean, I guess just give you guys a little bit of who I am, what I am, and why I'm here, and why I think you guys should watch me. My name is Saran93. I am a tattoo artist based out of Denver, Colorado. I've been professionally tattooing for over 13 years now. I've been involved in the industry for a very long time. I'm just turning 30. I just turned 30 last year in July. So kind of gives you a good idea of how long I've been doing it, how kind of the ins and outs of what I know. Um, but for the last 3 years now, me and my business partner Natalie, we've been running this clothing company called 3 Art Collective. We've had we've done several conventions. We've got several different products out. We've got ranging from t-shirts, sweaters. Our newest is shoes. We've got our third pair of shoes that's out. Just dropped the beginning of this month. We've got socks. We just got socks that actually just arrived to my house just the other day. It's funny. I got lots of socks. I got like 200 pairs or something like that. It's crazy. We're also into jewelry. We've got some chains as well that are coming in. That is actually my next side thing. If anybody kind of wants to know what I'm doing next or what I'm working on outside of the podcast, y'all thought the podcast was the next thing. That's already been done and over with. We're doing something new. I'm going to be getting into jewelry and silversmithing soon. So I've been doing some small classes online, and that sucker's going to come out real soon. Y'all are going to like that. But I also do leather work. I made my own belt. I do leather work. I make bags. I sew a bunch of different things together. Yeah, I'm kind of just I'm all over the place. I can't sit still. I think biggest thing for me is art isn't just on paper or on an iPad or even just on skin as a tattoo. Like art's everywhere. Art's on the clothes you wear. Art's on the socks you wear, the shoes you wear. Like everything is art. Even jewelry. I mean, I kind of got all my stuff everywhere, and jewelry is an art form as well. And so I just really want to be connected in all of that. I've been an artist my whole life since I was a kid. As long as I can remember, I've been drawing or have had ideas of pictures that didn't exist that needed to be put on paper. That's what I think an artist really is defined as, is someone that can take something that doesn't exist in their mind and put it into real life, which could be anything. It could be a scientist is an artist, a nail tech is an artist. Someone who works on something is an artist. And so that's kind of one of my big things, is really pushing that anything is artwork. I paint as well. That's one of my paintings, all three of these, except my wife's blanket. I podcast in my room. I don't care. Say what you want. But it's just such a crazy world. I think when I first started, because I am the founder of 3 Art Collective, I've been trying to get this going since 2017, but it really didn't get jumping until the last 3 years, 4 years, when I got connected with my business partner, who's been amazing. That girl sets it all up, gets us everywhere, gets us set up with all these conventions. She really does a lot. I'm really just the pretty face and a good idea. That's all I am. But that goes a long way. That does a lot. And so, I guess I just kind of want to give you a side note of who I am and what I do. And even just if you guys kind of go from the podcast and venture onto this, I plan on doing more of this stuff as well. I kind of did a little bit of like tattoo videos and things, and I really don't tattoo as much anymore. I still do tattoo. I still am a professional tattoo artist. That is my life. That is my career. That's what I do. But unfortunately, I have messed up my back and hand this last year. So I'm still recovering through that, and it still keeps me limited to doing some things. So I really don't tattoo as much. But that's also why I got my other ventures. I got my other businesses. I got other things that I do. I don't just tattoo. I don't just have one form of income or one source of artistic freedom. And all around is I just have control of what I do. I will say life gets scary. There are moments where I wish I did have a regular 9 to 5, and I wish I did have something that came in consistently sometimes, but other times I make 10 times what I would have made in 2 days if I would have just been in a regular job. So it's give and take. It's a lot of up and down. I think a lot of people kind of think this is easy and fun, and I'm doing a lot and I have a lot. But honestly, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of energy. And to freaking create new things every day, or to come up with a new idea, and not only just a new idea, but then how to get better at it, how to make it look better, how to make it sound better. Geez, though, with just the podcast alone, I had to get a whole new setup. Like, I haven't had a nice freaking setup like this ever, and it was just so that I can do these podcasts with my buddies and my friends. But I'm not gonna half do it. I'm not gonna do it to a small extent. Like, I'm gonna take this to the fullest extent that I can, as far as I can. And so now that I can, and now that I'm able to, let's do it. Let's see. Let's go what we can go. Let's do what we can do. And I hope you guys like it. It's we're a bunch of weirdos just being weird, and I feel like like it might be worth something to watch. But the other thing too, and one thing I want to bring up is I'm not a gatekeeper. Y'all got questions? Y'all want to ask about something? Let me know. The biggest thing is I could give you the information all day long, but that don't mean you're gonna use it. That don't mean you're gonna go out and actually apply what I tell you. And if you do, amazing, great. That means that we could work together and we can do something cool. But honestly, what I've learned is it's not the fact of gatekeeping. There's really not so much of gatekeeping, but more or less of people not actually putting the footwork in. They assume gatekeeping is giving you the pass, giving you the sauce. I'll give you the sauce, but do you have a good idea to go in that sauce? Like, okay, put it like this. You go to the store, you go buy tomato. I'm going to do a whole sauce freaking analogy right now, okay? Cooking analogy for the sauce of life, okay? You get your tomato sauce. You go to the store, you bring it home, you throw it on the counter, put it in the freaking thing, put your noodles in, put your meat in, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Now you got spaghetti. You got plain, anybody can buy spaghetti. Okay, that's not the sauce. That's a sauce. That's not the sauce. Okay, I gave you a sauce. I say, here, this is what I use. This is the base that I go off. I buy that same brand you just bought. But what I do is, instead of just pouring out the can and putting my noodles in and the meat, what I do is I get a pan. I get some onions. I cook them onions up. I saute them nice. I get them nice and crispy so they could, get them smell goods in there. And you let them onions cook till they're clear. And then you add a little bit of garlic in there, a little garlic clove, not that garlic powder. You do the actual clove. You got to smush it with the knife. Throw your garlic clove in there. Let that sit for a minute. Let it steam up, smell good. Get the aromatics in the air. And then you add your sauce. And then you slowly cook it back up and add those flavors into it. And then if you need to add some salt and pepper, and then if you need to add some, I always add a little bit of Italian seasoning. Gives a little bit of spice, a little bit of kick at the end, but it tastes real good. And then you don't use regular meat. Y'all use regular meat. I don't use regular meat. You know what I use? I use a 50-50 blend. I use sausage, and then I'll use regular meat, okay, regular beef. Cook them separately, bring them together when they're done, put them in my pan, grumbled out of the only thing that is going to be the same between my sauce and your sauce, or my spaghetti and your spaghetti, are the noodles. That's it. But because you want to sit and think that you could just go to the store and just buy the sauce, throw it in the pan, throw it on your noodles, and call it a day, that's why it's not working. It's not working because they're gatekeeping. It's not working because you're not putting them extra flavors in your sauce. But I can't tell you what flavors to put in there because your flavor palette's different than my flavor palette. I like spicy and gritty stuff. So you may not like that. You might not be a little bit softer. You may want some a little more flavorful, some a little more sweet. I know people who add sugar into their spaghetti. I don't go that route. I don't want sweet. I want a little bit of bite, a little bit of spice, and a little bit of taste. So you guys just got to you got to know that it's not just the sauce, man. It's what you put it, what you add to that sauce, what you add to that little bit. I could tell you all of the info where I get my shoes. I could give you my manufacturer's number, but that don't mean you're gonna have a dope idea. I make shoes. I design shoes. I don't recreate Nikes. There's a difference. There's a very, very big difference. I am not a Nike recreator. I don't add my logo to a Nike shoe. I don't take the swoosh off and add mine. Nah, I create and I develop my own shoe. I add something to my sauce. If you just leave your sauce sitting, ain't nobody gonna want your freaking tomato juice. Nobody want that. Anybody can go and buy that. You got to give them something that they can't buy. You got to give them a taste of, you could buy something like this, but you got to buy mine to get this. It ain't all about the sauce. It's all about the chef. Stay frosty.